Most quotes for an African safari are built to be skimmed and possibly misread. And that part is not an accident. This is a real quote from a real operator for a 6-day trip through northern Tanzania. That's Serengeti and Ngorongoro, and it's for 2 people sharing. And the number that is sitting right at the top, the one where your eye goes to first, this is the one number that tells you the least about what this trip is actually going to cost. And that's not because there's anything on this quote that is a lie. It's actually because of what has been left out of this page, very conveniently, and because of a very carefully chosen word, optional. So let's do the thing that nobody selling your safari wants you to do. Let's read the quote the way they are hoping that you won't. Now, I'm Kenyan. I was born and raised there, and I've lived in that region most of my life. I've written about East Africa safaris for quite a while now, and so I know my way around these things, but I've also done some research to help with this as well. Now, you already know how this works everywhere else. The sticker price on a car is never what you drive off paying, and nobody pretends that it is. You walk in expecting fees. A safari quote is a little different. That's because it genuinely looks complete. And so the trick here is, it's not that there's some fee buried in some fine print. The trick is that the things you'll absolutely still spend money on aren't on that quote that you got sent. And the thing that makes this whole game work is that this price is per person sharing. It's the lowest price that they can honestly put at the top of that quote, because when you go and collect 3 or 4 quotes, the cheapest looking one is the one that tends to win. And so every operator is fighting to make that top number as small as it possibly can. So let's actually go through it. Now, at the top of this quote, it looks great. Park fees, all the lodges, your meals, the game drives, a guide, your airport transfers, even the 18% tax. All of it is included. And I want to be fair here. That's a genuinely good thing because, as for example, park fees in Tanzania are not just small money. Just getting into the Serengeti alone is around $70 per adult per day. So when an operator wraps all of that into the headline, that's a point in their favor. Good job. So if the park fees are already in this quote, where does this number quietly grow? It's here. Let's start with tips. Go and look for them on this quote. They're not there. And they're never here. And yet, they're completely expected. Your guide realistically expects about $15 to $20 a day from the 2 of you. And once you add a little for the lodge staff, you're looking at a few $100s over the trip. And that appears absolutely nowhere. Or if it is, it's included as an optional footnote. And then there's drinks. The meal plan says breakfast and lunch and dinner, and that's it. So your bottled water throughout the day, maybe that's not included. Your glass of wine at dinner, that's on you. And the thing about that is that small amounts quietly stack up across 6 days. And then the one that they're actually honest about, but you skim right past, it's your visa and your travel insurance and your international flights. All of that is listed as excluded, and all of that is on you. On this trip, a Tanzanian visa is around $50 each. Insurance for the 2 of you is about $150 or so. And so before you've added anything fun, you already have a few $100s past the headline number that you were given. Now, the big one, the balloon safari. It's $500 per person on this quote, and it's sitting right there under one word, optional. And here's the thing, it's not really optional. Almost nobody flies all the way out to the Serengeti and says, you know what, I'll skip the balloon. You're already here. It's the photo everyone comes home with. And so you say yes. Which means it isn't an optional at all for most people. It's a near certain $1,000 for the 2 of you, just wearing the word optional. So the headline can stay low, but they still charge you more when you arrive. Now you may be asking, this operator is pulling a fast one, aren't they? And the honest truth is, this one is relatively clean. They have included park fees and the taxes, and plenty of them leave them out so they can look cheaper. But the reason every quote is built this way is simple. There are thousands of operators all chasing the same customer, and the one with the lowest looking number is the one who tends to win the click. And so they all lead with the smallest honest figure, and they let the rest of the cost reveal themselves later, after you've already pictured yourself out there. And that's the reason they add pictures after you've put down a deposit, so that you already now are invested. So here's what you do with all of the information I've shared. Before you compare two quotes, take things that everybody actually pays for: the tips, the balloon, the visa, the insurance, and add them into the headline. Then after that, you can compare the real numbers, not the ones that were given to bait you. Get every inclusion and every exclusion in writing before a single dollar moves. One important thing you also need to do is check whether this operator is real. And that's by checking them on the register. That's TATO in Tanzania and KATO in Kenya. This particular operator is a TATO member, which is a good sign, and you should go and verify that for yourself. The other thing is that it's important that you pay using something with protection, like a card. Never wire it to someone on their personal account. And if they rush you, that's your answer. Slow down. So if you already have a quote in hand, you can run it through the same exact checks that I just did. I've put a free checklist on every one of the items down in the description, so you don't miss any. And if you'd rather that I just looked at it for you, there's a link in the pinned comment too. Send me your quote. That's free for now. And this is the first of these types of videos. There's going to be more, because there's a lot more going on in these quotes than the one line that we talked about. The next one is the single supplement, and why solo travelers are quietly ending up paying for everyone else's discounts. Now, if this saved you from a nasty surprise, a like would be really appreciated. And hit the subscribe button, because the rest of this series will save you a lot more before you ever book. Until next time, keep traveling.